Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
Track how G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad little got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is little baby? He gone. And man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm tortured. Had the fish on my teeth, I went porcelain. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bay like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no screens attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it foreign it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that white on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you. All of these, my body, I got paid somebody, keep checking my pose. Walking in the club with no warning, take care of the money, they swing on the. Water on me like the sunny, I shine when it's sunny, this platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mo.
Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know.
I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that white on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
that's really necessary. Get to messing like a secretary, boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator, fresh off of my hiatus, yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. Promise I don't give a about them, let them out 20 red, tell them they don't need nothing. Yep, like in the Kango enter. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember out of Atlanta, I can give a about a dog. Used to get the thing from a chat, so I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say, do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million, you died to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well, you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther weak to the teeth, try me weak. Swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a on me and a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I would challenge with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Pray and hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone knows on go. I rolled in a 4x4. Believe if a kid gon' go see me with ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk that. Roll by the car lot when bought it. Caught case at the case and a phone. They will watch you give a yeah. I live that they rapping back, carrying them back what they capping back. They ain't roll mama, we know.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under. 12. 11. 21.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice.
Now the ball comes loose, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Here we go. Easy. Ready.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. This is the rookie from USC, Ronald Jones, his first NFL carry. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Eluding the pressure right. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Jameis now on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now it's Ginn. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. We focus our attention here on the Saints offense as they come out. And last year, they were coming into 2017 with 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Well, they got it turned around. Won the NFC South at 11-5. Won a wild card game, and then we all know the story. Heartbreak in Minneapolis.
But it's one that won't break this team, I don't believe. I think it's actually something that they can use as fodder for the season, as something to build upon. And when you think of New Orleans, you naturally think of offense. You think of Drew Brees. You think of Alvin Kamara last year as a rookie, making the big plays. Mark Ingram running the football, throwing it to Mike Thomas out wide. But the key to this team continuing to get better remains on defense, and I think it was shown in the draft. They made the big move and drafted Marcus Davenport out of UTSA to rush the passer. They know they've got to win their division, which means slowing down some high-powered offenses in Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Atlanta.
Good set.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College, playing at Tennessee, and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Here we go.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Shotgun now for Brees. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
21. 13.
Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Brees now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Check. Kill. Ready.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw, it's Brees. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Well, these Buccaneers, coming off a 4-game drop-off from a year ago, 9-7 in Dirk Cutter's first season to 5-11 last year. It's now 10 straight seasons without a playoff appearance, and in fact, they have not won a playoff game, Charles, since winning Super Bowl 37.
And in order for them to get back to the playoffs, they've got to go through their division, which is awfully tough and high-powered on offense. Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. So the Buccaneers made the investment. Jason Pierre-Paul from the Giants on the defensive side of the ball. Also picked up Bo Allen and Vinnie Curry from the Philadelphia Eagles. So the defensive front taken care of. They also picked up Vita Vea, a massive defensive tackle from Washington in the 1st round of the draft. Then they picked up a couple of corners. They know that on the defensive side of the ball, that's where they have to make their biggest game to chase down their division rivals.
Here's Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A.J. Green, 46 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Here we go. 14.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Easy.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Hey, kill. Ready, yellow lady.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Looks good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Winston now to throw on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jameis to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, Winston. That's caught at the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Winston now, flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick.
But you know, Ted Ginn's gonna go. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 104 yards, and the Saints add on to their lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Finding some room at midfield, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's going to air it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, left, 28 left.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. That good for 19 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A.J. Green, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. And his kick is good. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 31 yards there and a first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Cameron Jordan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Winston. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Winston. And that is incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got him in, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas, 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Breeze now to throw. Steps away to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Noah Spence in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Now Winston drops it to Jones in the flat. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Jameis now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Back now here live in New Orleans. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down, Winston again. He sets up the screen to Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Sheldon Rankins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 48 yards away. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Good, good, good. 5-4, ready.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to fire one deep over. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Winston. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He gets it to Thomas. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Breeze is looking to throw. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for New Orleans, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside
in the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of sight. Hey, man, got me. Can you hear me now? 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 All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions not look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, yup. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama.